Cast and generator, we can go.
We are live. My name's Mike Heath, and I'm here with Tim Bodnar, the truth slinger on X, who recently entertained me better than in a unique way in a courtroom right here in Augusta, Maine, and he had a harassment order filed against him by. Is she O'Brien? Is she the chairman of the school board?
No, she's just a school board member. Her and Alyssa Tracy. Alyssa Tracy is the wellness committee director.
Oh, okay. So this is not. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is not far from me down in Gardner. I'm in Chelsea, which is almost a neighboring town. And Tim, you live way up in the woods of Maine, but you're on X and you're a political activist as well as a Christian.
Yep.
Why'd you choose Gardner?
Well, it's an interesting story, which I'm going to be telling on the 27th at 1:30 when round 2 of all this nonsense goes off. But it didn't have, Gardner wasn't a word in my vocabulary. Neither was MSAT 11. Right? I'm like, one night I get invited, and I don't know how I stumbled upon it, a Zoom meeting, and it was from Health Choice, Maine. A woman named Tish was running it, and she was kind of going at this angle of, did you know that parents can be excluded from kids' decisions at the age of 16 medically? And I'm like, wow, that's an interesting thing that I learned about here in Maine. That's weird. And so I got hooked up with a guy named Alvin Louie, who runs a thing called Courage is a Habit. And Alvin came on my podcast, and then I'm like, what the hell is an MSAT 11? What is this going on? And so I learned this a school district, a school administrative district, I think, Maine School Administrative District 11, and they number them like that. We got RSUs too, I guess, in the state. I don't know really what the difference is yet, but I learned about what was going on with these things called school-based health clinics, which are essentially a doctor's office. This isn't your nurse's clinic like when we were kids. All right. You go on, my tummy doesn't feel good, you go to lay down in the nurse's office. No, this is a place where they got medical equipment, and they are licensed to do invasive treatments like insert IUDs and offer birth control and all sorts of stuff. The whole plethora of things available to 16 and 17-year-olds without their parents' knowledge and consent, because of course it's all affirming care. And the second any one of these brainwashed teenagers come in, they're questioning their identity, slightly depressed, this, that, and the other thing, they're immediately shoveled into this machine. And of course they're confused. I mean, from K through 12, when they're already teaching them about butt plugs at the age of, in 3rd grade and things, and anal sex. And I mean, like, literally, we've all seen it, right? If you've been following any of this stuff, there's pornography in the schools and all this insanity. And so, I learned about all of this, that they're doing this. And the funny part is they say out loud that that's not true. That they're not going to furnish transgender care to people without parents' consent, and do these treatments. And it's like, well, okay, you're lying, because all you've done is split hairs. You've been playing the same language crap that the left has been playing forever, and you just called it something different. Okay, now you got, instead of a fur, you got a connector. What the hell's a connector person? Connector. I never heard of a connector in a doctor's office. They offer referrals, okay, out to the specialists. So of course the specialists, appeal to authority. They're the ones that are the experts that are going to know that, indeed your child really is messed up and needs this care, needs the chest binders, needs the hormones, needs the stuff. And all this stuff is done under the radar, okay, of the family planning. That's how they get all this cross-sex hormone stuff, because essentially, I mean, think about it. If you decide you want to be the opposite sex, you're not going to be able to have kids again. That's a family planning issue. So I learned about all this stuff. And then on top of that, I stumbled upon an FOAA, and that's in the state, is the Freedom of Access Act, and it's known as FOIA most of the time to people federally. But that's our version of FOIA, and MSAD 11 Gardner just happens to really take FOIA seriously, and they like respond and pop right off. And they sent some information about texts and emails that uncovered basically two things. One is that they were stacking the deck, filling up. First, they make a strict policy, said we only allow 20 minutes. And it's 2 minutes per person for public comment. And that's it. They throw together this shoddy little thing. They don't advertise it to anybody except their supporters. And then they have this event, but it's not associated with the school, back last summer. And then they're like, well, we had a meeting and we publicly, and they try to sneak this damn vote in December 5th, which is right around Thanksgiving, where the holiday break was. And, I'm like, the email campaign that Courageous Abbott said, well, let's send emails. Well, so I threw my weight behind it. Look, I have been an activist, investigative reporter, journalist, podcaster, media artist, creator. That's what I do, right? And so, of course, everyone that's in this business is looking, and when I say business, I don't make any money at it. I do this as purely a passion, right? But we're in this business. I want to come out with a breaking news story, right? So, and also influence and change. I'm an influencer as well, right? So all of this is existing in this new universe of X and all this kind of stuff. And plus, I'm also versed in the ancient ways of email and certified mail as well. Okay, my Kung Fu is deep and good. It's old. And so I started looking into this, and this FOIA uncovers a couple of interesting things. One is a toxic environment that spills out in the public meetings all over the place, where these people are just lined up and they make sure no conservatives can get up there and speak or give them hell, right? Try and time them out, like show up earlier and fill up the roster with staff and students' children, because of course you can't come against a 15-year-old. Oh, the hell I can't. And I did so in public, and I made a thing. I said, Drummond Woodson, come after me. Let's get in the ring, buddy. Because I know that I'm dealing in truth. I know I'm doing nothing wrong. I know all I'm doing is looking at, wow, they're conspiring. They're going out as a liberal group together, deciding and talking about board business at Applebee's over drinks, calling the other members of pieces of shit that sit on the other side, the unwashed. Okay. And I'm like, holy crap, what is going on? So I'm like, well, I'm a policy wonk. Let's see what the hell their policy manual says. Oh, well, there's appearance of conflict of interest, actual conflict of interest, this, that, social media policy, all this stuff I learned, right? I'm learning, soaking all this stuff in. Meanwhile, we brought down so much heat on them, they punted on the vote because it was like, we don't even have a memo of understanding, right? So how the hell are we going to vote on something? They got exposed and they punted it. And then they punted it again and they punted it again. But when they did that, they started parading up a whole bunch of libby libtards, right? All the sycophants, the cultists, right? And the funny part of it is, let me ask you something. Like, and you know me, you just wind me up and I just talk, right? But seriously, think about this and put this one in your pipe and smoke it. If this is not about making transgender care available to children in high school, then why do you have a parade of LGBTQ plus AI friendly people spouting off that we're a bunch of hate groups? And we just hate the LGBT community. If that's not what they're doing, then what does it have to do? Why are you there? Right? Now, that's a rhetorical question, obviously, because it is all about that. And so they started berating the shit out of my name. And they started associating me with these people like Alvin Louis, Alan Serenas, these other groups, which were all, of course, hate groups. Hate, because, of course, hate speech is anything that is opposition to what their ideology is. They call that hate speech. And they get up there and they start like, at this point, I'm going, wow, you're getting into legal hot water here. Okay. I mean, yeah, I know that libel and slander, they're not that easy cases. But you're really, you're lumping me in with this group of people and you're saying I'm shoveling dark money in there and I'm a hate group, which I'm not. And, all this kind of stuff. And I'm starting to get a little irate. I'm starting to get a little pissed off. So I start coming up with all this stuff. And so I start writing MSAD11 through the proper channels, msad11.org, right? At MSAD11, in case you want to write any of these people. Right. And their email addresses are publicly available. And as a matter of fact, some of the board members are quite vocal about what their beliefs are about us, the unwashed Trump supporters and their children, the ones that are the purveyors of hate, death, and destruction and need to be forcefully silenced. Yeah, that lady said that on social media. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. Okay. So I started writing emails to the board and I'm going, hey, you got this problem. You got this problem. This is ethical problem. Alyssa Tracy needs to immediately abstain from any vote because now she's conflicted because she's already in private disclosed not only how she'll vote, but how she feels about it for real. And they were hiding, and Alyssa Tracy knew about all of this, that they were conspiring to prevent the people. We got to get our people there, our supporters. Okay, it's all over. All I did was advertise it. All Courage is a Habit did is advertise it. All Richard and all these other people did is we just put a megaphone on it. Then what happens is Libs of TikTok picks it up, and Maine Wire picks it up, and Joanne O'Brien goes national because she's this radical school board member that's had a foul mouth on Facebook, right? The night before, I start writing the school board, and I'm like, listen, you people are all smearing the shit out of my name, associating me with things I didn't do, like doxing and walking out to cars and following people and all that crap. I have never been to Gardner. I didn't know what a Gardner was. Like I said, an MSAT11, I had no idea. And so I start, saying I need 4 minutes. Now, I didn't even at that point understand and know that by law, they have to let people from outside the district speak. Okay. I didn't know that. But nevertheless, I was asking for more than the normal amount of time because numerous people got up there and dragged my name through the mud, right? And so I said, well, I want 4 minutes. Gardner School Board never, ever at all returned any of my emails except up until a week and a half ago on an FOAA. I finally heard from Patricia Hopkins and something. And so I said, look, man, I'm coming and I'm going to talk and I'm going to want you to look me in the eye and all of that. And okay. And I was sassy. The worst that I was, the only communications I ever had with these people, and they said I'd called 15, 20 times. I'd say about a dozen emails, right? Maybe. Right. And by the way, what difference does it make how many damn emails that I write to the school board? It's their effing job. It's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to address people whether they like it or not. But as you see in Augusta, I'm sorry, Mr. Blanchard. We will have no negative comments nor comments or anything about any staff members. And you can't talk about anything except to just tell us what a great job we're doing. So what the hell's the purpose of a public comment? Just so that you get all these people in the same colored shirt that you all organize to get up there and say the nice shit you want to hear, right? So this is the cutting edge. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to lose my mind. Stop. What do you want?
So the trial that I mentioned at the beginning was between.
I can't hear you. Here, have some more.
Actually, I'm kind of jumping ahead. He's leading up to the trial that I attended and where he defended himself. But I'll let him tell the story.
So,
hang on. So what?
Yeah. The kind of evidence from Amanda. Don't say anything about her.
Okay. So anyway, they're very thirsty apparently. God, I can't think. So we have 8 puppies. Okay, so so I said, listen, I'm coming. And the kind of guy I am, I'm bombastic, right? I say things. I use warrior speech. I use warfare language because, of course, politics is war without bloodshed, like Mao Zedong said, right? And so I have been called to raise an army. I have been called by God to preach and to raise an army of warriors, broken warriors, many of them, to fight these battles. And they've become repeaters, and it's just this organic thing, right? And so all this heat started coming down on MSH 11. Well, the night before I'm supposed to go to the school board, I mean, the night before, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, I realized, man, I got to get a driveway sensor back up. I'm too old, and I'm just like, man, that guy was on my door, dude. I didn't even see him. And so it's a sheriff's deputy, right? And he's got a restraining order. I can't come to the meeting. And I'm like, wow. And I tell you, when that happened, I was like about 80%, 70% surprised, and about 30% like, yes, because I knew that I'm all over the target. Her and her consulting companies and all the shit and all the money and the gross corruption and the lies.
Big time. You're over the target big time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so guess what? I'm like going, all right, let's party. I've been dogging this on ever since I got on, man. I told you, I threw down. I said, what are you going to do about it, Drummond Woodson? Huh? Come on.
Yeah, that's
if
the
that
law
15,
firm, right?
16-year-old wants to get into the ring of public opinion because she's in the civil rights club, then let's rock on, baby. But if I call your ass fat, ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Because you stepped up behind the microphone in the public, right? Nothing you can do about it, as long as I'm not breaking the law, right? So I knew that legally speaking, I would be on strong ground no matter what happened. But what has happened? Oh, what has happened has been a gift on a silver platter. Stressful, difficult.
Exactly.
But I'll tell you something. I do things, and sometimes people go, dude, stop. Stop with the legal strategy out there. You're hurting yourself, shooting yourself in the foot.
No, you're not.
No, they're too stupid. And they're too reactionary. They're unable to understand the what's going on around them organically and the synthesis of it, this cross-pollination that's going on.
Yeah, as they straighten their tie, they don't understand the times we live in. They don't.
No.
You do.
No.
You get it.
Yeah. So we're like just like dancing around them at this point, and legally, like I got them to say in open court.
I mean, Richard was telling me, the worst case for you is the judge comes down and says, okay, you did harass this gal, and so you can't testify at a public hearing. So you've got a great First Amendment case at that point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It'll take longer. It's on appeal, whatever. It'll get overthrown, and we'll have them all jacked. But guess what? I got a great First Amendment case anyway, because there's this thing called anti-SLAPP, and it just got a lot stronger in January. Go look it up, ladies.
Yeah.
Where you are not allowed to take out a restraining order against someone in order to get them to stop speaking somewhere. Wow. That's the law. I mean, that's how specific it is. It's just for that. Okay? Yeah. And guess what they did in court? Both of them. I took out the temporary restraining order because we didn't want him coming to the meeting and risk him intimidating the board members. Thank you. I didn't have to do anything. I haven't even put my case on yet, dude. It's only half over. And I still have yet to cross-examine Joanne O'Brien.
Yeah.
And now I've got her testimony that I can pour over again and again.
Oh, I want to say at this point, I want to invite anybody who watches this video to be there. What did you say? 27th of May?
Yes. Yeah. I want 100 people in that room, dude. And I'm going to send out press releases, just like you said. I'm going to send it to the Maine Wire and whoever the local news is in there on Augusta. And it's like, you want to see some fireworks? You need to show up.
Right. So what time is it? So 27th, you know,
1:30 in the afternoon.
1:30. It's in the
One-
Augusta at the courthouse, one something way. I don't know, Court
It's
Way or something.
really easy. You
Yeah,
just
it is
go
easy.
in, and then the only thing I missed it is I went in too early. It took a turn. You know, the GPS told me, and I'm like, it's only like a quarter of a block down that Court Street goes right into the court, all that area. And then, man,
Yeah.
it's wild. We went in there. Wasn't it weird? Like there was nobody in the place. It was like deserted, man. And I'm
Right.
like, wow. I like, doesn't Augusta got more going on than this? And then I thought because the way it was with other situation that I got going on with a family member, okay, where I had to zoom in, I was one of many court cases. And
Mhm.
anytime I've ever been in a district court or a civil court for like a ticket or any of the shit like that, there's 100 people in the room, right? They're all
Mhm.
waiting for their cases, and you got to listen to everybody else. Then you get a feel for what's going on and how you should talk to the judge because you're never the first one, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what I thought was going to happen in Augusta. We had the whole place to ourselves for like 2 hours.
I was shocked that he gave gave them 90 minutes to go on and on.
Well,
Like you
and you know
say,
what?
you haven't had a chance to present your case. That's what's coming up. And
No.
if you had to choose which one to go to, this is the one you want to go to. I think is to see you cross-examine her. And
Oh,
if folks are interested in the first one, it's available. The audio is being released on X by
yeah. I
Richard.
submitted a motion, Michael, to have Alyssa Tracy recalled for recross
Mhm.
because when I crossed her the first time, as you saw, I did not have benefit of any of the evidence that she was putting in. I had to go after 2 hours of sleep. Not that that's the court's fault, but still, go from memory. I'm old. Okay, I had to flip through some crap, and we've only got 2 hours. So don't we? You know, what am I going to do? Recess for an hour looking at this stuff? No, I'm like, this is all a bunch of nonsense anyway, right? And I allowed it in. But then when I came to cross, when I sat down, I said, oh, I should ask about this and this and this. So I said, you know what? That's what motions are for. And I think, considering the fact that I looked up that I should have reasonable access to the evidence, I think it's reasonable I should be able to recross her. So if I have my way, I'm going to have both those biatches after a month of preparation on the stand to cross again. Then after I cross them, then I'm going to put on my case. And this is where I go, because I ain't going to tell you what my cross questions are, and I'm not going to tell you what my evidence is, because I don't want to give that away. Now it's out there. Okay, you can put it together. These ladies can go figure out what I'm going to try to do. Okay, but bottom line is, when I cross, I'm looking for impeachment material. So let's just put it that way. Right? I'm going to ask questions and say, well, how do you feel about this? Expand more on this. What did you talk to about this? Tell me, you said white, fill that in for me. Where were you going with that? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't remember saying that. Well, here's the transcript. Look, let me refresh your damn memory. Okay. because I'll hint you, I might have a post or two where the white gets expanded. You said it out loud somewhere else. So I can draw that out of you. Right. So that's the kind of way I'm going to play it. That's all I'm going to say about that. But it's going to be a good time. You're going to want to be there.
Yeah, May 27th at 1:30 in Augusta
Yep.
at the courthouse to see the Truth Slinger take on the Gardner School Board, MSAD 11. And if you want more information, you can go to X and go to the Truth Slinger, right? Just search for that.
Truth Slinger X.
Yep.
Truth Slinger X. Don't forget the X on the end, otherwise it won't work. You'll get some other black guy. Ain't me.
All right, Truth Slinger X to get more information. There's a bunch of stuff there. I mean, it's just go on there and scroll back to get more context. But yeah, thanks for taking time to be with me this morning and for sharing that.
Well, I enjoyed it, and I think what's happening right now, just to give you an overview before we go out, is that the patriarchy is back. Patriarch is back. Okay, like they lost their mind over daddy's home. Okay, one lady lost her mind because I called her chubby, and I don't know why. I had a feeling. I'm a troll. Okay, there's a troll part of me, right? I knew that was going to just get her good. And the other one that they just what was it that they lost their mind on? I can't. Oh, tits and wieners.
Yeah, right.
Tits and wieners. Okay. I mean, just the joy of having those two crusty old school board members say tits and wieners was glorious. But, you know, it's just they can't stand men standing up and saying, hey, this is the truth. And they're pushing back in the most ridiculous way, trying to use the legal system. And it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for them.
You know, it's everywhere you turn. This that you pointed out, that daddy's home or the patriarchy is back. It's look at Trump. What is the secret sauce with respect to Trump and everything that's happened in the first 100 days? Agree or disagree with the guy, and he's a man who knows his mind. He speaks his mind. He negotiates. He changes his mind. He makes decisions, and he keeps on moving. Just like it's not emotional. It's not emotional.
No.
He's headed. He's looking for a deal.
Yep.
And after the 4 years with the other guy, it's refreshing to have that moving ahead.
And I'd rather have rather than the planned chaos of the left, I'd rather have the chaos of, you know, running in there and just like a bull in a china shop energy is where it's at right now. BDE is where it's at. Not, you know, we've been backing up too long, and I'm just done. You know, and I'm just and that's why I didn't even hold up on any of my posting. And this is really important. Is my wife is just going, oh, what are you doing? Why are you poking the bear? I'm like, because that's my job. That's what I'm here to do. And I wasn't doing anything wrong when I poked the bear before. And I elicited a response. And I'm going to continue to poke the bear because they're going to continue to go, you can do it after the TRO. Yes, because I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, what's amazing to me, what's amazing to me is how you've taken X, a platform which is very much engineered to reward you for being provocative on national issues, right? National and international issues, and to have no local, power. To these platforms like Facebook and X, if you're outside their narrative, then the whole thing is engineered to make sure you don't get your way, your voice isn't heard. What do they say on X? Freedom to speak, but no reach, or something. Freedom of no freedom of reach.
Well, I think I've turned it. I realized it early on when Richard got involved with me when I inquired. He says, "You got to start talking about local stuff. Interview some local people."
Oh, absolutely.
And
that's why I keep talking to you. That's why I keep talking to you. Because you're doing it. You're doing it like nobody else.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I hope so.
Yeah, it's effective. What you're doing is effective, and you wouldn't even be able to do. I doubt you'd be able to do it on Facebook, right? I mean,
well, I don't know. We're trying. I just started on Facebook.
So I know. I liked it. I liked it yesterday. I'm looking forward to it. I love what Richard's doing. He's up to like 10,000 people.
Yes. There's a hunger. He stirred up a hunger on the which used to be like tumbleweeds through a ghost town. That's what Facebook was like.
Right.
So
I'm excited about did he show you that metric about Maine cities? A lot of Maine. Yeah, he has a graphic for what he's doing on Facebook, and very impressive in terms of reaching multiple Maine cities. The numbers, the percentages.
Right.
So, yeah, it's good stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
So
great.
I appreciate your time. Thanks so much. I know you're busy, and your puppies need you.
Clearly they do. They're today. Usually, you know, it's like they eat, they sleep for like 3-4 hours at a crack. So I get about 3 feedings a day, 3 poop cleanups, 3 moppings, all that kind of stuff. Today they're just particularly, I don't know, a day older, I guess, right? So
I got to figure out what I'm doing wrong on YouTube. This is like my 4th video on YouTube since I started again, and I get 0 live stream views. And I've had my YouTube channel forever, so I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Just personally, YouTube has always been challenging politically. I mean, you know, I said something about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and I got a strike for a week, and I'm like, I'm not going to build a following on a platform, and then Sunday I can't go preach church, right? Because of some political comment I made during the week. So I just haven't been focusing as much, but. again, when I get my life straight and disciplined and organized, you know, why not upload everywhere you can until it blows up?
Right.
So,
Yeah. But we all got limited time. So
yeah, yeah,
thanks again. Have a great
Yeah.
afternoon.
yeah. You as well, Michael. Thank you very much. Have a good
See
day.
ya.
Bye.
So